Hello. So I decided to do one more video. Hopefully I can cover everything. I want to show you how to order a banner um, online, which you might be doing. There's also other options. I mean, you can go to Florin's Printing here in town. It's downtown. I want to say the University Printing in Cowan. I think it's called like Reprographics. I don't know why they call it that, but I don't even know how to say it properly, but um, they might actually make banners. I'm gonna have to double check on that. And but it might be worth checking with them to see if they print banners as well. But some of what you're going to be doing as a graphic designer, you're going to be going online and ordering a lot of things. And there's also a place out of Harlowton, Montana, that is they make really good quality banners, and they're not very expensive. They don't charge an arm and a leg for them, and they ship them out pretty quickly, and the ordering process is relatively painless. It's just send an email with a PDF in it, and then you kind of just tell them what you need in your email, and then they kind of get back to you with a proof. So there's like several different ways you could go about ordering a banner or getting acquiring a banner. But so I actually wanted to kind of show you some of the improvements that I made to this design. I actually added on a Montana shape over the top so that on the banner it's larger, and I'm actually going to make the star a little bit bigger as well. Of course, if I make it too big, then it doesn't really look like it's in north central Montana anymore, so because of the nature of the shape. So I don't want it to be too close to the edge of the top of the shape either, because it just starts to look too crowded. But something like that. I think that works a little bit better on the banner, so I'll do Command S to save that. So let's go online. I'm actually looking for high resolution images, which I should be doing anyway, on unsplash.com. The American Prairie, I just looked up the word prairie. I think I spelled it right. And some of it looks like around here, and some of it looks like not. So it's kind of, this almost looks like the bear paws in some ways, but I did find one up above. This is kind of nice, but it's not really a prairie scene. This is kind of nice. The clouds in that are nice, but I think that almost looks like, I guess that's a winter scene. Oh, here's a pretty good one. I kind of wish it had some clouds in the sky, because that adds a little bit of interest to the image. So I did see one up above. Okay, let's just go to the very top again, because there was one up here that I was like, that's actually pretty good. I think it was this one that I thought was pretty. Oh, and it was this one actually that I was like, okay, let's download that one, and we'll open that up in Photoshop. So this is kind of where I started making that Montana shape. So file, open, and then we'll go into our downloads, and here's that photo that we pulled. So if we do an Option Command I, we can see that this is relatively high. It's higher than the other one that we had, definitely. And then if I do image mode, we may make that CMYK color. And then if we do Command L, we can kind of, make some of these colors pop a little bit more. Kind of bring the darks out, make the darks a little darker, make the lights a little lighter. And then we just do a Command Shift S or File Save As. And we can put those in our banner project images folder, and let's label this and we'll make it a PSD. And yeah, we'll save that. And then, so we'll go back into our file. So I kind of I do like the clouds on this better. So I might actually use this one because I decided with the poster, I'm like, it's nice that this is a local mountain range, but excuse me, I almost wonder if I shouldn't put the prairie photo in the back of this, just because, well, for one thing, this isn't my photo of the mountains. I think, even it'd be kind of hard pressed to tell that it's somebody else's photo, because a million people have taken photos on the top of Otis that's very similar, and this is also has a screen over it with a diamond overlay, so it's kind of hard to tell. And plus I added to the sky, so it's just kind of, it would be hard for anyone to tell that like, hey, that's somebody else's photo, that's actually Steve Helmbrecht's photo. But at the same time, it's about, you know, integrity, and you know, I'm friends with Steve, so he probably would be like, yeah, that's fine, I don't care. But you know, just for the sake of like, you know, setting a good example, like probably, and also, you know, it's talking about the big sky. We're not talking about mountains in this headline. So you kind of want to tie your design into, and then everything is still broken in here and I don't understand. So if this ever happens to you, click on your link. Let's relink. Probably because I put my name on there. So it changed the file path, and that kind of has confused. But that should fix that, and then we just relink Cowan. Just make sure that we're in the right. Where is that photo at? Cowan Hall, CMYK, yeah, PSD. And this little shape is missing. So we just got to relink them all because I did change. I did change the location of like everything. Okay, so that kind of solved that issue that we were having. It's because I changed the name on where I saved it. Where is this one saved? Design banner. Oh, I put that in. Is that in images or is that in here? No, it's in here. Okay, that's in the right spot. I think this one's fine. This one didn't. Oh, no, it's all broken. Okay. So, 113 relink. So we just got to relink them. That's one of the things about changing your file names. Your links in your document will get confused if you change the name on them, because they'll be like, what is, you know, I mean, you'll get this going on, and you don't want that. You don't want to have any missing links. You want them all to be, and there's a way to embed links. I've never really made a huge practice of that, but it's not a bad idea. So you can actually shift or click and shift and then hold down the shift key and then click again so that you get everything selected. And you can do an embed link so that you never have to worry about your links getting, you know, going missing, because it'll just embed it into your InDesign file, which is kind of handy. I for some reason, I've just never really started to do that because I kind of like to go into my links and change them around. And when they're embedded, you can't go into your links and do like, oh, I'm going to relink this because it's embedded. You'll have to unembed it first. And I don't know. There's some pros and cons to embedding them. But you can always embed your links too. And that's always it's not a bad idea. So what I was getting at here was I'm going to just lock this layer, so I'm going to grab these mountains if I can get them. I got so many different, I'm going to lock this as well, Command L. And when you go to unlock, just do Option Command L and that'll unlock everything. But I am just going to keep those locked because I need to be able to grab this. I'm just going to pull it off to the side because I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do with this. I might actually ask Steve if I can use that if I feel like I want to. And I really like this photo, but it's lower resolution than the one that I pulled off of Unsplash. So I'm going to use it on the poster because the poster is a lot smaller than the banner. So I should be able to get away with using it. And this was from Wikipedia, so it's, you know, this is public domain. And another thing about landscapes, I mean, I'm not saying that this is, you know, the law of the land or, you know, but with landscapes, I mean, unless it's a really specific photo, it's kind of hard to tell who took it. or who's credited of, you know, with actually taking the photo. So, okay, so there's that. Command S, I'll save that. I'm not sure if I like it better than mountains, but it might make a little bit more sense with the subheading of study design under the big sky. And then as far as this one goes, let's relink this to that new file that we saved, Prairie CMYK, just at the beginning of this video, just because it's higher resolution. Let's see. It's not as pretty as the other photo. It's just, and the clouds aren't as interesting, so I'm not as happy with this one as the other one, but and there's kind of a curve to this almost too, which I can always rotate it, grab it by the corner and rotate it. Yeah, it kind of has a curve to the landscape. Yeah, maybe something like that, you know. Not as happy with that, but let's see. I think the other one was like 36. Oh, this one's not much better. Well, banners are so large, it's kind of hard to find decently sized stuff that's going to work. But honestly, I think a lot of the stuff that people use for banners is around this resolution, and it's just really not super clear. But from a distance on a banner, like, so this should improve it substantially. Oh, 55, 58. Well, that's just going to have to be, unless you have a raw file from a really nice camera, your banner image is probably going to be relatively low effective PPI, but at least make sure that the one that you pull and that you use in your banner, at least the actual PPI is 300. And I don't want you just changing the PPI in Photoshop and then calling it good, because that doesn't actually add any information to that photo. It's just kind of a cheating way of making it look like it's higher resolution when it's really not. I almost wonder too, with this shape, if I should make it a little bit transparent just to kind of, no, I don't think so. Okay, and then this logo is still problematic, especially on the banner. The effective PPI of this logo, the actual PPI is really low, and the effective PPI is really low, especially for a logo. When it should be a vector image, I mean, it should be high resolution. I wonder, you know, one thing I could try is go into Illustrator and do a file place. Grab that northern logo, place it within your document, and maybe try and do a trace on it. Object, image trace, make and expand. Nope, that didn't work out. It's just not good enough quality, but sometimes that works. And then we could have, you know, potentially used that for a logo, but I'll just have to ask Jim Potter to send us a high resolution northern logo. But I mean, this is Potter's image, and I am going to check with him if I can use this. I'm going to push W here. I'm going to size this down just a little bit more, just to kind of help even more with the resolution, because the smaller it gets, the better the resolution is going to get on it. It almost looked better. Well, I don't know if it did. So I'll do a Command S on that. So yeah, I'm not going to change the Montana shape on this because it's big enough. You know, like how I added this on top of the other file and made I don't think I need to do that with this because it's big enough on here, and people are going to be walking up to this, and they'll be able to see that Montana shape really well. Banners, on the other hand, they're high up on the wall. They're, you know, 20, 30 feet away before you really, and you read them and you don't really get that close to them. So stuff on a banner, really, items on a banner or visual elements on a banner really do need to be visible from a long distance. So there's that. I didn't even show you how to order anything. I just kind of showed you some of the tweaks I made. But I guess in the next video, if you want want to hang in there,